Art at Bay. Lots of cool art, snacks, drinks. And this is J.J. Hayes, who's going to perform some music / poetry in the anti-folk style. What is anti-folk? You will find out.
Yay!
You turned 32. You've outlived a mighty crew. Janice, Jimmy, Robert Johnson, I had 5 years on you. As I sat at my desk in 1989, well, Kid Rock sat by the lake in northern Michigan. My hair was short, my hours were long, I did the work of lawyers. But the law brings death as scripture attests, as did the classic rock stations. I was looking for a spirit to give me life. And you may not have liked my choice, but it got me through some nights, 'cause the rum was in the drawer, Malcolm X hung from the door, and the Weasley voice of Eazy-E would fill the whole damn floor. As I broke that boombox out, 'cause the bosses all had gone, and played straight out of Compton all night long. Well, I never did like that Lynyrd Skynyrd song. Seemed to go mighty lightly on something mighty wrong. I preferred the sound of the sons of southern refugees crying, fuck the police, fuck the police, fuck the police, fuck the police, 'cause the rum was in the drawer, Malcolm X hung from the door, and the Weasley voice of Eazy would fill the whole damn floor. When I broke that boombox out, 'cause the bosses all had gone, and played straight out of Compton all night long. Well, as leaves had fallen autumn, hip-hop began to rot, as the gangsters became the masters, like at the end of Animal Farm. When my conscience bothers me, when I go looking for the truth, but I love to hear that crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube, 'cause the rum was in the drawer, Malcolm X hung from the door, and the Weasley voice of Eazy would fill the whole damn floor. When I broke that boombox out, 'cause the bosses all had gone, and played straight out of Compton all night long. I played straight out of Compton all night long. Played straight out of Compton all summer long. Wait, which side is Pier 76 on?
That side.
Pier 76 used to be a place called the Real McCoy, which about somewhere around year 2000, 1990, was, I'm telling you, the only scene that mattered. It was like insane. It had been opened up by a guy who had previously owned the Sea Witch, which was an after-hours, an Irish after-hours joint in the middle of Park Hill. He tried to go like straight, you know, established and everything, and he opens up this place, but all these nuts like follow him, you know. So like, you know, we got Westies, you know, these like wise guy connected Westies, like demanding that we play like Danny Boy and stuff like that, you know. So at that time I was a poet. We had like a kind of amazing 2 days after 9/11, where everybody was just letting out. Everything was like it was a crazy joint. I mean, people were getting arrested while we were performing and all this kind of stuff. So around that time I wrote this poem, which I later set to music, and I'm going to play it for you now. It was the sort of thing I wrote while I was... Actually, this is the sort of thing I wrote. Does anybody want to play the bongos? Sure. Yeah, play the bongos. This is the kind of beatnik crap I wrote. We need, like, you know, Tommy Bones on the bongos.
Yeah!
Or on the conga, whatever that is. Let's see, play some drums. It'll be... get, like, really hip. Then I'll go into the other poem. First we'll start with this one. Okay. If you meet the Buddha on the road, shake his hand for me. If you meet the Buddha on the road, if you see him coming by the way, if you note his gait before you know his face, if you know his train was due at 3, be sure to run ahead. Be sure to grab his bags. Be sure to offer him my greetings. If you meet the Buddha on the road, if you meet the Buddha on the road, tell him this for me. I dig the ancients, babe. I think the East is cool. I think he has a lot to offer. I think that we should seek for common ground. I think it's shameful others don't feel quite the same. If you meet the Buddha on the road, be sure to make the requisite distinctions, explaining my position carefully. Give him a day. Give him 2. If necessary, leave some literature lying around. Be still and listen. Listen for your chance. The chance to drop the word. The chance to drop the hint. The chance to make our mark. If you meet the Buddha on the road, write a kind of ironic sort of poem about the urge of Christians to proselytize. Be sure to mention all their silly little tricks, make reference to their strange electric network, reveal their underlying fear and pride, make everybody laugh at them. Impress your friends. Impress your friends with tolerance. Impress your friends with words of universal love. Impress your friends into your private army. Give them a knowing twinkle with your eye. Add a line like this. Add a clever line like this. Add a stanza much like this, with hints of redoubling the infinite mirrored self-conscious regression to show them your self-deprecation and deprecate that as well. If you meet the Buddha, do not offer the answer to a single unasked question. Tell him what you've done. Tell him what you know. Tell him your very deepest thoughts. But do not tell this Buddha on the road just who you really are. I mean, you could, but then you'd have to kill him.